I remember one night I was with a girl, I was like 20 years old, I was already doing stand-up, and I did a show in Washington, D.C., and after the show, one of the waitresses came back to my hotel, she was really cute, and we're making out in my hotel, and she's into it, she's like humping me. So I start putting my hand up her shirt, and she stops me. I'm like, okay. So then we're making out more, and I start putting my hand on her ass, and she stops me. So after a while, she went home, nothing happened. And then the next night I saw her at the club, and she goes, hey, what happened last night? I was like, what? And she goes, how come we didn't have sex? I was like, because you didn't want to. She's like, yes, I did. I was really into it. I was like, why did you keep stopping me? And she goes, because I wanted you to just go for it. I was like, what does that mean? She says, I'm kind of weird. I get turned on when a guy just gets frustrated and just holds me down and fucks me. Like, that's a big turn on for me. And I was like, well, you should have told me. I would have happily done that for you. And she says, no, it has to feel real and dangerous. I'm like, what, are you out of your fucking mind? You think I'm just going to rape you on the off chance that hopefully you're into that shit? I'm an idiot. I'm getting kind of a rapey vibe from this girl. I don't know. I suspect she might enjoy being raped. Maybe that's her thing. I don't want to ask first and ruin it, so just take a shot and rape her. What the hell? What's the worst that could happen after all? Jesus.
My next guest is a comedian who starred in the HBO series Lucky Louie. His HBO comedy special Shameless comes out on DVD June 26th. Please welcome Louis C.K. Now, Louis, we've known each other a long time. I haven't spoken to you in a couple of months. How are you?
Well, I'm all right. I'm fat.
You're fat?
Yes, I'm a great big fat person.
No.
It's just been, I'm growing fatter. Here's, like, I just weighed myself and I'm 240. Mm-hmm. You know how doctors have like a formula for rule of thumb, how to figure what your optimum weight is? I'm pretty sure it's not your age plus 200 pounds.
Could possibly be.
Really
I don't know. I haven't looked into it.
You're a fat dude.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about something cheerful then. How was your Father's Day? Father's Day must have been?
Well, yeah, I got to spend it with my kids, which, you know, Yahoo.
You're such a sentimental
Well, it's
sap.
not, you know, it's like, hey, you're employee of the month, mop up. You know, it's what I have to do. I have to be with my kids. I'll shut up. None of you have kids. I can see it by looking at you. Here's the thing. Parents never get to say that it's hard. You don't get to say that.
Right.
And it's the hardest thing in the world. Anything else that's hard, you get to say, this sucks.
Right.
But when you're a parent, first of all, it's impossible. You make huge mistakes constantly, like, oops, irreversible damage there, move on. You know, just huge mistakes. You don't get to sleep anymore, you don't have sex anymore, you eat standing up and fast. The entire nation depends on our success as parents.
Yeah.
And you don't even get to say, it sucks. You have to say stuff like, I couldn't even imagine my life without my children. I can totally imagine my life. Really? That's actually all I ever do, is imagine my life.
Really?
And it's not a big fantasy. I'm not in the World Series of Poker. I'm just sitting in a chair, jerking off and eating chocolate. That's really it. That's all.
Good Lord. Okay. Well, listen, yes, you bring up a good point. Parenting is definitely very hard work. I have 2 kids, and I know that it's very hard work.
Well, like, if you get sick, nobody cares. You can't call in sick to having kids.
Right.
As a matter of fact, if you get sick, your spouse hates you for being sick. Because it's just making their life harder. And I'm the same way. Like, my wife, one time, she's like, I have diarrhea. I had diarrhea all night. I'm staying in bed. And I'm like, let me see it. I want to see the diarrhea. Show me at least a cup of diarrhea if you want to stay in bed. There's just no way I'm taking it on faith and spending all day with the kids by myself. I'm just not. And she's the same way. Like, I had a stomach flu. It was really, I was so sick, just deathly sick. And well, you know, my stomach hurt a lot.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, get out of bed, let's go. You know, you stayed up all night, it's your fault, let's go. And I have to amp up how sick I think I am to get in there. I'm like, I'm really sick. I might have internal bleeding right now. And so she says, well, go to the hospital if it's that bad.
Sure.
And I did.
You did?
True story.
You did?
I went to a hospital.
Just to try and prove
I went
it?
into the emergency room and I said, I got a stomach ache. My wife doesn't care. And they admitted me. Because at the emergency room, they don't go like, get out of here, you pussy. They whatever you have, you can go in a hospital and say like, I just feel icky. I just feel weird.
And they have to.
Put a bracelet on you and fill out a thing, and
right?
Whatever. And so this doctor, this wonderful doctor, she gave me morphine in my arm. She gave me a drip of morphine.
Really?
And which was great. And then she sent me home with opiate suppositories, which is a huge dilemma to me.
Okay.
Because I like opium. Who doesn't? It's perfect. It's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
But I have a huge problem with voluntarily putting things in my own ass. I just can't do it.
So it's a battle of wills here. Which...
and I'm in the bathroom with my pants in my ankle, and I'm like sweating and shaking, and I'm got a little tiny thing. I'm like talking to myself, just do it, just come on. I don't want to do it. Finally, I cram it in there, and I think that was probably the greatest moment of my entire life.
Really?
Yes, because it's pure opiate pleasure that begins at your anus. And it just explodes. Just this warmth that starts at the ground zero that is your ass. And you just go, oh, God, that is good. More things in my ass, please.
Okay, then.
So that's what it's like having kids.
Yeah. Shameless comes out this Tuesday, and Louis will be appearing at Crackers Comedy Club in Indianapolis, June 22nd through the 24th. Louis C.K., thank you. We'll be right back. The Mooney Suzuki, stick around.
It's pretty good. And I've wasted a lot of time just being angry at people I don't know. You know, it's amazing how nasty we can get as people, depending on the situation. Like, most people are okay, as long as they're okay. But if you put people in certain contexts, they just change. Like, when I'm in my car, I have a different set of values. I am the worst person I can be when I'm behind the wheel, which is when I'm at my most dangerous. When you're driving, that's when you need to be the most compassionate and responsible of any other time in your life, because you are fucking driving a weapon amongst weapons. And yet it's the worst people get. And I am the worst. One time I was driving, and there was a guy ahead of me, and he kind of, I don't know, he sort of drifted into my lane for a second, and this came out of my mouth. I said, worthless piece of shit. I mean, what an indictment. What kind of a way is that to feel about another human being? Worthless piece of shit. That's somebody's son. And things I've said to other people. I was once driving, some guy in a pickup truck I don't know, remember even? And I yelled out my window. I said, hey, fuck you! Where outside of a car is that even nearly okay? If you were in an elevator and you were like right next to a person's body and whatever, like he leaned into you a little bit, would you ever turn right to their face and go, hey, fuck you? Worthless piece of shit. No. Literally 0 people would ever do that. But put a couple of pieces of glass and some road between you, there's nothing you would not say to them. I hope you die. I said that to a person. I hope you die. Why? Because you made me go like this for half a second of my life. You tested my reflexes and it worked out fine!
So now I hope your kids grow up motherless. I mean, what am I capable of? I'd like to think that I'm a nice person, but I don't know, man.
Like I talk it, ayy. I gotta stay in my zone. Say that we been beefing, dog, but you on your own. First night, she gon' let me fuck cause we grown. I hit her